Hey guys, Ghoster Daev'ja with another Destiny 2 weapon review. Today we're looking at a weapon that is not exactly new. However, in Shadowkeep we saw sandbox changes in the Crucible to pulse rifles and supers, so why not mix those together and look at the Bad Juju. Bad Juju is an exotic pulse rifle that's intrinsic trait is called String of Curses. String of Curses makes it so kills refill the magazine, increase damage for a short duration, and grant super energy based on the strength of String of Curses. It also happens to make the weapon fire full auto. It comes with Hammerforged Rifling as its barrel, giving range, steady rounds giving stability, hipfire grip giving you better hipfire accuracy, and a composite stock. It's a 450 round per minute pulse rifle, which is a type of pulse rifle that has never seen a lot of love outside of year 1. Because we're getting our super so quickly, we're pairing it with Geomags, which allows us to cancel our super and save super energy, or top off the rest of our super when we're at 80%, so get a free 20% of our super just by running into a wall. We're pairing it with a 7 intellect stat, which makes it so we get our super incredibly quickly, and obviously Geomags means we have to be running it with Chaos Reach. Chaos Reach is another super that doesn't see a lot of love, so this entire build together, just the concept got me so excited before I put it all together, and after using it for about 3 days on stream, I can say that this build, it's pretty whack. So with Shadowkeep, I've seen people revisiting tons of legendary and exotic pulse rifles, except I have not seen a lot of revisiting of Bad Juju, and with the sandbox changes, I'm not entirely sure why. That, and it's the Halloween season, so who doesn't want to use the spooky gun? Well, I wanted to use the spooky gun, so we looked into it, so let's talk about the sandbox changes that make Bad Juju a lot more relevant. Number 1, hand cannons saw a massive range nerf. Hand cannons now meet much steeper damage falloff outside of their effective range, along with they're less accurate outside of their effective range. So even though your cursor is right on someone's head, you might miss the shot or land a body shot. So that's a huge one. Hand cannons are now and were the most popular weapon type, along with being the most dominant weapon type. So seeing a nerf to that, pulse rifles already have a ton more range than them, so that's really good. However, pulse rifles also saw a range nerf. So, okay, what does that mean? Well, Bad Juju still has more range than any hand cannon out there. However, other pulse rifles were brought down. So Bad Juju never had the most range out of any pulse rifle. Tons of pulse rifles have much more range than Bad Juju. However, the range nerf was by archetype. So while Bad Juju lost a little bit of range, a lot of pulse rifles lost a lot of range, meaning there is less range that they can outgun you at, especially with some of the maps we have. A lot of the maps we have are mid-range, which means Bad Juju will never meet damage falloff, and there are no angles where they can outrange you, which is really good, because a lot of the ones with longer ranges might have a little bit worse time to kills or whatnot, but either way, it puts you on a much more even playing field than if you were meeting damage falloff and they were not. And then the sandbox change that specifically makes this weapon stand out is the super generation changes. In this sandbox, super generation was slowed. The passive is still the same amount of generation, depending on what your intellect stat is, that's unchanged. However, super generation on kills was lowered. Super generations on masterworked weapon kills, the orbs that they drop, the amount of super you get from them is lowered, and the amount of super energy you get from an orb created by another super is also lowered. The orb generations were like by 50%, and I think kills was like 20 or 30%, but that point is, all those different kills that are giving you a ton of supers, or the orbs you're picking up that are letting you chain your supers back to back to back with your team, that was all lowered. No longer are you going to walk over a bunch of orbs and instantly get like 50-60% of your super back. So that brings us into String of Curses, which we're going to look at in depth, as String of Curses is the single thing that makes Bad Juju stand out so much. So let me just start off by saying, please masterwork this gun. Please get Bad Juju's Catalyst, finish the Catalyst, and masterwork it. Without the masterwork, it's still a good gun, but the masterwork is really what is going to sell it. So the masterwork extends String of Curses and allows for orb generation on multi-kills, which is what String of Curses is asking you to do. So if you don't know how to get the Catalyst, you have to turn in 45 tributes in Calus's Tribute Hall, and then you'll unlock it. However, to finish the Catalyst, you're going to need to get a ton of kills. However you plan on doing that, just get the kills, masterwork it, and you'll see a great improvement. What the Catalyst does is it increases the duration of String of Curses and allows you to make those masterworked super orbs upon multi-kills. So String of Curses normally has a 3-second duration. It is a 50% increase, putting String of Curses at 4.5 seconds, putting it on par of a Rampage spec, taking it from 3 to 4.5 as well, and putting it on par with Kill Clip, yada yada yada. Point is, 4.5 seconds of String of Curses, better than 3 seconds of String of Curses. String of Curses passively makes the gunfire full auto as well, paired with the fact that every single kill, no matter if it's a precision hit or a body shot, is going to fully reload the gun, allows for constant fire for you to spam people around corners, and let's just say you didn't get the kill, the reload speed isn't bad if you miss out. The gun firing full auto just being so spammy feels kind of like an auto rifle. So now you see why I'm actually talking about this weapon. So the way String of Curses works for damage is just like Rampage. Each kill gives you another stack of it, which increases your damage. However, unlike Rampage, it doesn't stack to ×3, it stacks to ×5. Like Swashbuckler, except a melee kill won't give you ×5, and each stack is considerably more damage than Swashbuckler is. So each stack with the catalyst is going to last for 4.5 seconds of your increased damage, and it gives you your super at an increased rate during the duration of String of Curses, and that rate is increased depending on the stack you're at of String of Curses for the entire duration. At ×5, it's a 50% damage increase on the weapon, so it's roughly 10% damage per stack, give or take. The base damage of this gun is 25 per crit with an optimal time to kill of 0.87 seconds at 8 crits, so technically you don't need to land every bullet of the 3 bursts, you're allowed to miss one of those bullets. Or you could land 2 or 3 of the bullets as body shots and still meet your optimal time to kill of 0.87 seconds, which is a really fair time to kill considering that you have more range than most of the weapons that have better time to kills than you. So default, Bad Juju 3 bursts with ease. With 2 stacks of String of Curses, you're allowed to miss one of your crits, being a 7 crit time to kill, gently faster than 0.87 seconds, and at 3 stacks allows you to 2 burst if you land all of your crits. But overall, String of Curses will just effectively increase your range and allow you to land more body shots while still meeting your optimal time to kill of 0.87 seconds, or depending on the stacks you have, it might be a little bit faster or whatnot, but pretty much it's just going to make things easier on you, and it's going to feed your super faster whether you notice it or not. So after using Bad Juju for just 3 days, I can say that this gun is incredibly satisfying to use. It has little to no kick, a good RPM paired with a good sight that works together to make boxing other weapons with your AD strafes, throw in some crouches, and just allows you to fit your bursts into that AD crouch rhythm, which will definitely let you win a lot of duels even with a slower time to kill because you're throwing your opponent off and making them miss your shots, while there's just something about the combination of the sight and the round per minute that lets you land yours within it, keeping a nice rhythm, and it's just so satisfying. Okay, look, you get it. Bad Juju's good, but Bad Juju is just part of this build. Even if it is the core of the build, the point is you're going to get your super incredibly quickly. So, why Chaos Reach? Supers had their damage resistance nerfed in Shadow Creep across the board, and Chaos Reach already had very little damage resistance from the start. However, it struggled to kill other supers first, but that's no longer the case. Chaos Reach can now effectively shut down other supers before they can kill you back. Pairing Chaos Reach with Geomags allows you to double the super's duration if you're constantly doing damage if you want to make a massive play. However, it's more important that it allows you to get a free 20% of your super just by sprinting once you're at 80%, which in Shadowkeep, they made it a lot easier to judge now that the super bar is marked into fourths, so the second you're past that third bar just by a couple hairs, you know it's time to just run into a wall and bam, free super. So now that you have the first super of the match, you can pop it to either shut down another super once they get theirs, or as I learned to, use it as a solo super. Use it to get yourself out of a jam or make up for your slow reaction time and just win a fight for free. Then press your super button again and bam, depending on how much time you had left in the super, you'll have anywhere from 10% or 40% of your super left. This allows you to pop your super 4 to 7 times a game consistently. Under the perfect circumstances, it's possible to pop it 8 times. I didn't do it, but I saw the possibility. It was there. So people still see Chaos Reach as a weaker super, but in a sandbox where supers are popped less, popping it 4 or more times a game makes up for the fact that its individual use is weaker. Whether it's for a solo kill or for a super shutdown or a multi-kill, you're getting value out of it if you're popping it that much. Oh, but on the off chance that you don't have your Chaos Reach ready, I paired it with Wizened Rebuke, because Wizened Rebuke is a high impact fusion with backup plan, and that means it's also a free I win the fight, pull it out of my pocket, lightning blast into your face card as well. So if you liked the video or you just enjoyed the gameplay, feel free to like, comment, subscribe so you can see more content like this. Share the video with your friends so they can feel the bad juju too. Follow me on Twitch TV/GhostHereDave where I get all of this footage live or try out builds like this based on suggestions or whatever I'm feeling. Follow me on any of my other social medias for updates on when I'm going live or when I'm going to upload a new YouTube video or my personal life. But yeah, that's all about me, but about you, make sure you have a great day.